everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we're going to be previewing Hull City as we take on Reading at the MKM Stadium on Saturday, the last game before the World Cup. Let's waste no time and let's get straight into things. So yes, first of all guys, you probably should know by now, I'm going to show you the table positions of both teams and also the recent head-to-heads between the two teams, and yeah, they're very interesting to say the least. So I'm going to put them on screen for you now. So yes, now you've seen all those guys, I'm going to give you my thoughts going into the game, and I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game. I think Hull's home form is actually better than Reading's away form. I think we've won 4 at home out of 10, and they've won 2 away from home in 10 away games. So, I know our home form hasn't been great, but their away form hasn't been great either. So yeah, I know seeing that, it just makes you a bit more confident, I think is the right word for that. And yeah, hopefully we can get the win. 7 points out of possible 9 going into the World Cup. Under new boss Liam Rosenior, that would be a very good start for him. Considering we had 10 men for the first game, we came back from 2-1 down in the second game, and hope if we beat Reading in his first home game, then yeah, that would be really good for him. Team is going to make mistakes, passing out from the back, like we did on Tuesday night with Cardiff's first goal. Baxter shouldn't have played it to Seri, and Seri then gets dispossessed, and then they go and score from it. But yeah, the team is going to make mistakes, and there's no doubt about that, but they will get better. I think the World Cup break after the Reading game does come at a good time for us, because most of our team will be staying here. Maybe a couple of them going away to the World Cup, but I think the ones who should have been going to the World Cup are injured at the minute, and hopefully we can get them back in of the World Cup, and getting back to full fitness, ready for the second half of the season after the World Cup. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting time. The World Cup break, like I said, come at a good time for us. Well, maybe not because because we played really well, to be fair. If we can have a positive result against Reading, which I think we will do, going into the World Cup, I think it'd be a good thing for us and a good thing for Liam Rosenior as well, to get his ideas across and the players used to it. But yeah, it looks like hopefully exciting times for the Tigers in the future. So yeah, my score prediction is going to be, I'm going to say another 1-0 Hull City win. I'll go for I think Ryan Longman. Will be up front, because as of day of recording, Liam Rosenior has just confirmed in a press conference that Hull City have failed in their appeal for the Oscars red card to be reduced from 3-game ban. He's already had 1 game, which was against Cardiff, and then he's got obviously Reading and then Watford away after the World Cup. But yeah, I think I'm feeling positive about this one. So yeah, let's go on to the next part of the video. So yes guys, we are now going to do the opposition preview thoughts. And today we have a Reading fan called Dan, who is going to give his thoughts going into the game. And yeah, here he is.
From a Reading fan's perspective heading into this weekend, I'm not filled with a lot of confidence. We've only got 4 points from a possible 27 in our last 9 games, and that's not going to fill us with much confidence, especially considering the performances haven't been there for a while now. Heading into the game, I suspect we'll set up in the 5-3-2. We'll play with players set up to play on the transition. We're going to try and hit you on the counter, probably give you a lot of the ball, which from what I've heard from Derby fans, Liam Rosenior is going to like to do, so that might play into your hand. As I said, with our current form, I'm really not confident. I don't see where our next point's going to come from, and I don't think we're going to get a result here on the weekend. To be honest, I'd say the main players you need to look out for are Tom Ince. He has been electric since his signing in the summer. You know, everyone said it was a bad signing. He only came because his dad came, and you know, he's a lazy player, but he has been running like he's had a third lung the entire season. He's been fantastic on the ball, even better off it, and he's been the player to sort of rally the troops. So he is going to be a danger man. Lucas João is always a danger man, provided we get the service right this time instead of how we have done recently. Because his goal scoring numbers this season aren't that great, but when you look at it realistically, he's not getting the service he's used to. He's not getting the way of playing you need to play with a player like João. I'm a bit worried we're going to be playing hoofball to Carroll and João again, and it just doesn't really work. You know, João's a player, you give him the ball with his feet, he'll make things happen. And when you don't play with him like that, not a lot does happen. But if we can get things right, João and Ince will be the two main worries. Holmes has been fantastic at the back recently, been a real leader. He'd be another one to look out for. But other than that, I'd say that's about it. Score predictions, I'd probably say 2-0 Hull. I don't think we'll create much, and unfortunately with our two fit centre halves, I don't see us being able to keep a clean sheet for a while now, especially with Lumley out, Buzanis in. So I'm going to go with 2-0 to Hull. Despite the fact that Stupinan looks to be suspended, I still don't think we'll get the better of you. And my thoughts on Hull, you know, you're heading into a new era with a new manager. A new manager who's going to look to play a different style of football to your old one. He's going to look to play with the ball. You know, I feel like it might be too early for it to click, but when it does, I think you'll start to pull away from the relegation zone quite quickly. You know, you've got the squad there: Ozan Tufan, John Mikel Seri, Oscar Stupinan, Aliar Samanidesh. Sorry if I butchered that name. You know, Cyrus Christie, Jacob Greaves. You have a good team there. You have the foundations of a squad that can push for playoffs. I don't think you'll do it this year. But under Rosenior, I think he's a young, exciting manager with a forward-thinking style of play off the front foot. And I think once he gets that team clicking, I think you'll be absolutely fine. You won't even need to worry about relegation. I think you'll be comfortable in the table, possibly with a late playoff push, but who knows. But I think you've got nothing to worry about, and I think you'll be heading into the World Cup break with an extra 3 points.
So yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to Dan for coming on the channel. I really do appreciate it. He does have Twitter, so make sure you go check him out on Twitter as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the preview video. I'm sorry there wasn't a review video. I just didn't have time. I had uni assignments and all that. So, but yeah, hopefully there will be a review video for this game as well. So make sure you leave a like, comment your predictions, and subscribe if you are new. We're trying to reach 300. And if we did, that'd be very much appreciated. You know, I think we're about 5 or 6 off at the minute, so any new subscriber is appreciated. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you subscribers out there. So thank you for keep watching. I've been Kim Webster, and I'll see you all again very soon. Peace.